Have you ever wondered why, despite eating well and staying active, your legs feel weaker? Why do stairs seem steeper, or rising from a chair takes longer? Is it just aging, or is something else quietly making things worse? Here's the surprising truth. The problem may not be what you aren't doing. It's what you are doing, without even realizing the harm. Many seniors make a common mistake every day, confident they're making a healthy choice, because they've always been told fruit is good for you. And yes, most fruits are healthy, but not all are ideal for older adults. Some popular fruits we eat weekly can slowly weaken your legs, trigger knee pain, worsen joint inflammation, and make walking harder. The very foods marketed as healthy might actually be stealing your strength. As we age, our metabolism slows, circulation weakens, and foods we once thrived on can start working against us, especially certain fruits. They look innocent and taste sweet, but contain acids and fast sugars that spike blood sugar, inflame joints, and reduce leg strength. The damage is subtle. One day, you might notice sharp calf aches or knee stiffness after a short walk. Today, we're revealing the 7 worst fruits for seniors over 60, the ones quietly harming your legs. By the end, you'll see your fruit bowl differently and know which fruits to limit for strong, pain-free legs. Before we start, hit subscribe and turn on notifications if you care about your health. We share truths nobody else will. Now, let's get into it with fruit number 1, pineapple. Pineapple is a tropical favorite, sweet, juicy, and loaded with the enzyme bromelain, which is praised for its anti-inflammatory and digestive benefits. It's often seen as a health-boosting fruit, especially for those looking to ease swelling or improve gut health. Its vibrant flavor makes it a staple in smoothies, fruit bowls, and even grilled dishes. But while it comes with some perks, there's more to pineapple than its tropical charm. This fruit is also high in natural sugars and acids, which can quietly take a toll on your body over time. The sugar content can cause blood sugar spikes, particularly in people with insulin sensitivity or diabetes. Repeated spikes can gradually damage the small blood vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients to your leg muscles. When those vessels start to weaken, you might notice fatigue, muscle weakness, or swelling after simple activities like walking. And while bromelain may reduce inflammation in some cases, the high acidity in pineapple can irritate sensitive joints, especially in people with arthritis, making symptoms worse instead of better. What makes it tricky is that the effects aren't immediate. You might eat pineapple regularly and feel fine at first. But as time goes on, your body might start to show signs of strain, aching legs, slower recovery after walking, or swelling that wasn't there before. Pineapple isn't something most people need to avoid entirely, but it's important to be mindful. Enjoy it in moderation, especially if you're dealing with joint problems, blood sugar issues, or unexplained fatigue. Like most things in nutrition, balance is everything. Number 2, bananas. They're soft, naturally sweet, and often praised for their high potassium content, which helps regulate heart function and fluid balance. Bananas are a go-to snack for many people. They're easy to digest, require no prep, and can provide a quick energy boost. For athletes or people who need a fast source of fuel, they're often seen as ideal. But when it comes to aging and leg health, the story isn't so simple. Bananas are also packed with fast-digesting carbohydrates. These carbs quickly break down into sugar, leading to a sudden rise in blood glucose levels. As we age, the body becomes more prone to insulin resistance, making it harder to keep blood sugar in check. That constant sugar surge triggers low-grade inflammation, especially in areas with sensitive blood vessels like the legs. Over time, this can result in stiffness in the calves, swelling around the ankles, and that heavy, aching feeling that shows up after meals, often without warning. What seemed like a healthy habit can quietly contribute to circulation issues and inflammation. Another concern is fluid retention. Bananas, though helpful for preventing cramps in some cases, can also encourage the body to hold on to extra water, especially when combined with high sodium intake or existing kidney issues. This fluid buildup can make the joints feel tighter, add pressure to the lower limbs, and worsen feelings of leg fatigue. So while bananas have their place, they may not always be the best choice for people dealing with leg swelling, joint discomfort, or blood sugar concerns. Moderation and timing are key. What your body could once process with ease may now need a second thought. Third on the list, grapes. They're small, juicy, and naturally sweet, making them a popular snack for everything from kids' lunchboxes to charcuterie boards. Rich in antioxidants like resveratrol, grapes do have some heart and brain health benefits. But when it comes to leg and joint health, especially in older adults, grapes can carry some hidden risks. Their high sugar content, specifically fructose, can quietly fuel inflammation and discomfort in the lower body. Fructose, the main sugar found in grapes, is metabolized differently than glucose. Instead of being used quickly for energy, fructose is processed in the liver, where it gets converted into uric acid. Elevated uric acid levels in the bloodstream can settle into joints, especially those in the lower limbs like the toes, ankles, and knees. Over time, this can lead to burning pain, morning stiffness, and in some cases, gout-like flare-ups. If you've ever woken up with a sharp, stabbing sensation in your big toe, or a dull ache in your calves after a sweet snack, grapes might be playing a bigger role than you think. Another issue is how easy they are to overeat. Because grapes are bite-sized and low in fiber, they don't trigger fullness the way other fruits might. A few handfuls can add up to a significant amount of sugar, causing spikes in both blood sugar and inflammation levels. For those already dealing with arthritis, varicose veins, or circulation problems, that sugar load can make symptoms worse. So while grapes may seem like a harmless treat, it's worth thinking twice about portion size, especially if you're already managing joint pain or swelling in the legs. Up next, watermelon. It's refreshing, hydrating, and made up of more than 90% water, so it's easy to assume it's harmless or even helpful. With its light texture and naturally sweet flavor, watermelon is often seen as a guilt-free summer snack. It's low in calories, sure, but it's also high on the glycemic index. That means it raises your blood sugar fast, almost like eating a handful of candy. And for aging legs and joints, that sugar rush can quietly trigger a cascade of problems. When blood sugar spikes, the body releases insulin to bring it back down. But in people with even mild insulin resistance, a common condition with age, that spike and crash cycle creates inflammation throughout the body, especially in the extremities. Poor circulation follows, which affects the legs first. That creeping heaviness in the thighs, swelling in the calves, or stiffness after a short walk may not seem connected to food at first. But watermelon could be a culprit. The body interprets those surges as stress, and over time, tissues in the legs begin to show wear and tear. Another hidden danger? Watermelon is incredibly easy to overeat. It's light, juicy, and doesn't feel heavy in the stomach, so it's common to go through several slices without realizing just how much sugar you've consumed. A few cups can deliver more than 20 grams of sugar, without the fiber or fat that would normally slow digestion. That means the sugar hits your bloodstream all at once, and your legs may be paying the price. While watermelon might seem like a smart choice on a hot day, the impact it can have on inflammation and circulation makes moderation key, especially for those already feeling the effects of aging in their lower limbs. Number 5. We've got oranges. They're bright, tangy, and praised for their high vitamin C content, which supports immunity and skin health. But when it comes to joint and leg health, especially as we age, there's a downside that's often overlooked. Oranges are high in citric acid and natural sugars, which can be a troubling combination for people dealing with inflammation, arthritis, or insulin resistance. Even a small glass of orange juice can pack in more sugar than a candy bar. And without the fiber from the whole fruit, that sugar hits the bloodstream fast. Citric acid, though naturally occurring, can aggravate sensitive joints. For those with arthritis or joint stiffness, it may worsen the ache, especially when consumed regularly. That subtle burning or stiffness in the knees when getting out of bed, or the dull hip pain after a long sit, could be linked to a daily citrus habit. And when the sugar from oranges combines with the acid, the result is inflammation not just in the joints, but in the tissues surrounding them. It's a quiet buildup. Most people don't feel it immediately, but over time, the signs creep in. Orange juice is one of the most common breakfast beverages, yet it's one of the sneakiest ways to spike blood sugar first thing in the morning. Many assume it's a healthy start to the day, but without fiber to slow the absorption, the sugar can lead to energy crashes, joint discomfort, and even fluid retention in the legs. That heavy legs feeling or soreness after a light walk might be traced back to that glass of juice. Whole oranges are slightly better, thanks to the pulp and fiber, but even they should be eaten in moderation if joint or leg pain is a recurring issue. Number 6. Green apples. They often get a health halo, less sweet than red apples, lower in calories, and packed with fiber. But that tart, sour bite comes from malic acid, a naturally occurring compound that can irritate both the digestive system and inflamed joints. While malic acid is sometimes used in small doses to relieve muscle fatigue, in larger amounts, like what you get from eating green apples regularly, it may have the opposite effect, especially as the body becomes more sensitive with age. As we grow older, both our digestive tracts and joints tend to react more strongly to acidic foods. The malic acid in green apples can aggravate tissues that are already inflamed or weakened. That means what starts as a harmless snack could be contributing to nagging hip discomfort, creaky knees when standing, or even sudden cramps during the night. Many people don't connect the dots right away. After all, apples are often seen as a safe choice, but over time, sensitivity builds, and symptoms begin to show. Despite their lower sugar content compared to red apples, green apples still contain enough natural sugar to trigger subtle blood sugar spikes. These spikes can lead to energy crashes, a sense of heaviness in the legs, or general fatigue shortly after eating. The combination of acidity and sugar is sneaky. It doesn't always cause immediate pain, but it chips away at comfort and mobility over time. So while green apples are nutritious in moderation, they're not always the best choice for those managing leg pain, joint inflammation, or chronic stiffness. Last but not least, mangoes. Tropical, juicy, and undeniably delicious. Their smooth texture and rich sweetness make them feel like a guilt-free indulgence, especially since they're packed with vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants. But despite the health benefits, mangoes are incredibly high in natural sugar, particularly fructose and glucose. A single medium-sized mango can contain over 45 grams of sugar, more than a can of soda. That sugar rush may not seem like a big deal at first, but as we age, our bodies become less efficient at managing blood glucose, making that post-mango spike more harmful than helpful. When blood sugar levels rise quickly, the body responds with an insulin surge. Over time, repeated spikes in insulin resistance can trigger low-grade inflammation, especially in areas where circulation is already poor, like the lower legs and feet. That warm, tingling sensation in your toes, unexpected ankle swelling, or soreness after standing. Mangoes might be playing a quiet but powerful role. The sugar load they deliver can inflame small blood vessels, limit oxygen flow to muscles, and make it harder for tired legs to recover. And because mangoes feel so refreshing and light, it's easy to eat too much without realizing it. Blending them into smoothies, chopping them into fruit bowls, or slicing them up as a snack can all lead to overconsumption. The problem isn't necessarily the mango itself, it's the quantity and the compounding effects on the body over time. For older adults managing joint pain, poor circulation, or blood sugar issues, regular mango intake can contribute to a frustrating cycle of leg fatigue, inflammation, and discomfort that lingers long after the fruit is gone. So what can you do? You don't need to swear off fruit, you just need to choose smarter. Let's talk about better options, fruits that support strong, pain-free legs. Berries like blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries are packed with antioxidants, low in sugar, and excellent for circulation. They fight inflammation, improve joint health, and energize the legs. Cherries, in small amounts, can reduce uric acid and soothe joint pain. A handful is enough to relieve knee or toe discomfort. Avocados, yes, they're a fruit, are rich in healthy fats that cushion joints and regulate insulin, meaning less inflammation and steadier energy. Papaya is gentle on the stomach and reduces inflammation, while pears, especially paired with protein, offer slow energy without spiking blood sugar. These fruits support your body. They don't work against it. They'll help you walk easier, climb stairs with more strength, and wake up without stiffness. If you've made it this far, you do care about your health, and that's the first step. It's not too late to change. Aging doesn't mean losing control, it means making smarter choices. One fruit at a time, one decision at a time. Now tell us in the comments. What did you learn? What fruit are you rethinking? Click like if this helped you. Subscribe for more health truths. You're stronger than you think, and your legs deserve to carry you forward, pain-free.